My friend's life seems perfect on Instagram. I found out it isn't so perfect after all. My friend Callie has the perfect life. I mean, look at this shit. Posted on Instagram a week ago. John made an impromptu campfire in our backyard tonight. We ate s'mores, stargazed, and fell asleep. I am so blessed. Happily ever after. And underneath, a beautiful photo of Callie, John, and their 2 kids lit by a campfire. The kids were smiling and well-dressed. He was handsome, as always, smiling, a shadow of stubble along his jaw. She had a full face of makeup, a cute dress. I mean, really. Do other moms have time for that? Because I sure as hell don't have time to put on makeup. I barely even have time to go to the bathroom. Okay. Maybe I was a little jealous. But I mean, come on. She was beautiful. Her husband was some hotshot doctor. Their kids were perfectly behaved at playgroup. I was a total disaster compared to them. The next day, there was another update. Even on my bad days, John is my sunshine. Today he made dinner, my favorite Eggs Benedict. And he tells me I'm beautiful, even when I'm not wearing makeup. Love me, hubby. Underneath, another perfect photo. Although this one was even worse. Trying to look imperfect, down to earth. She was clearly wearing makeup, but natural enough that I couldn't argue her on it. I could make out the caked layers of foundation around her left eye more than really seemed necessary. I wonder if she's got super dark circles under her eyes. Oh, ooh. I had a huge pimple. Then I frowned. You're being mean. Of course she has embarrassing imperfections. So do you, so does everyone. But I couldn't help but be jealous. Every day of parenting my 2 kids, I felt like I was spinning out of control, rarely keeping it together. Only 1 diaper blowout or 3 ninja tantrum from going insane. This woman, she was actually enjoying motherhood. What the fuck? Look at this woman, I complained to my husband one night. She just posted a new photo of her kids in a little fort John had built them in their finished basement. My husband is so talented. He built this fort for them in one DIY. It's absolutely perfect and magical. Look at the little doors. OMG. Nice fort, my husband said through a mouthful of Doritos. Do they sell those on Amazon? No, he built it. That's awesome. I narrowed my eyes at him. How do they have the time to do stuff like that? That's ridiculous. We're barely staying alive here. Nanas, he said, shoving more chips in his mouth. What? They got a nanny. Obviously, she does all the lousy work, like cleaning poop and doing laundry. Then they have time to fuck around and build forts. How? That was a possibility I hadn't considered. I smiled, feeling a little better about myself. Yeah, maybe that's it. I stared at the photo. The 2 kids stood inside the wooden fort, which looked expertly constructed. Inside, the little girl and little boy poked their heads out, smiling. The little girl's hair was perfectly pinned back with a bow, and the boy was wearing a fancy button-down shirt. Behind them, the basement was clean. Even their toys had all been put away. John crouched next to them, handsome with his wavy dark hair and brilliant, white smile. Perfect. Magical. I felt a pang of longing. Then I turned off my phone, rolled over, and went to sleep. When I woke up, there was already a new post from her. It was a selfie of her and him, standing together on a boat. Behind them, the sun rose, painting the sky in beautiful hues of red. The open sea glistened and sparkled. My hubby surprised me with a wonderful trip out in his boat. Feeling so blessed right now. I love him more than everything, more than life itself. I stared at the photo. Something seemed a little off about it. For one, he was holding the camera. Usually when I saw couple selfies, the woman was holding the camera because the man never really wanted to take a selfie in the first place. And the way she was sitting was weird, too. Leaned up against him, her arms tucked behind her. A horrible realization hit me. I scrolled up through her last few posts. Happily ever after. Eggs Benedict. Love me hubby. Perfect. Magical. Everything. Taking the first letter of each hashtag, they spelled something out, something horrible. HELPME. I glanced at the post of her on the boat. 6:32 a.m. A little over an hour ago. More than life itself. He was going to kill her. I grabbed my phone and called the police. After hours of searching, they finally found them. Callie tied up on her husband's boat. John armed with a knife. When the police searched the house, they found the 2 kids locked in the fort in the basement. Scared, crying, but completely unharmed. According to Callie, John started beating her months ago. He gave her a black eye then, a few days later, took her on his boat, planning to throw her in the water, never to be seen again. She knew he checked her phone, read her texts, her emails. Wouldn't allow her to make a call without him in the room. So she sent out a message through hashtags, hoping he wouldn't catch on and hoping that someone wouldn't hear her plea. Help me.